Hello everyone! Today we're diving into one of the most useful parts of English, comparatives and superlatives. We use them every day, even if we don't realize it. Think about it. When you say, "My phone is faster than my old one," or "This is the best ice cream in Hong Kong," you're already using comparatives and superlatives. In this lesson, we'll learn the rules step by step, look at some irregular words, avoid common mistakes, and finish with a fun challenge. Let's start with comparatives. Comparatives are used when we compare two people, animals, or things. For short adjectives, those with one syllable, like tall, fast, or small, we usually add at the end, followed by than. For example, Peter is taller than Tom, or this car is faster than that one. Now, when an adjective is longer, usually two or more syllables like interesting, expensive, or comfortable, we don't add Instead, we put more in front. For example, this book is more interesting than that one, or the sofa is more comfortable than the chair. Now, what if you want to compare three or more things? That's when we use superlatives. Superlatives show the extreme, the biggest, the fastest, or the most exciting. For short adjectives, we add est. For example, Peter is the tallest in the class, or this is the coldest day of the year. For longer adjectives, we use the most before the adjective. For example, this is the most expensive restaurant in the city, or that movie was the most exciting I've ever seen. Always remember to use the before superlatives, the tallest, the most expensive, the best. Not all adjectives follow the regular rules. Some are irregular, which means they change completely. Here are the most important ones: good, better, best, bad, worse, worst, many or much, more, most little, less, least. For example, we say, apples are better than chips, or this is the worst day of my life. These don't follow the usual or est patterns, so you need to memorize them. It's not just adjectives that we can compare. Adverbs can also take comparative and superlative forms. Adverbs tell us how someone does something. For example, she runs faster than her brother, or he speaks more clearly than his classmates. With superlatives, it's the same idea. She sings the most beautifully in the choir. So remember, for short adverbs, add or est. For longer adverbs, use more or most. Now, let's look at some common mistakes that students often make. First, don't say more taller. That's wrong. Just say taller. Second, always use than with comparatives. This bag is bigger than that one. Never forget the word than. And third, don't forget the before a superlative. It's not biggest mountain, it's the biggest mountain. Small mistakes like these can cost you marks in exams, so be careful. Let's wrap up with a challenge. Look around your classroom or your home. Can you make one sentence with a comparative and one with a superlative? For example, my pencil case is bigger than my friend's, but my bag is the biggest of all. Try to say your own examples aloud. Remember, comparatives compare two things, superlatives compare three or more, and irregular forms need to be learned by heart. With practice, you'll find these structures easy to use in both writing and speaking. Great work today.